If you have ever asked, why am I always cold when everyone else is fine? Or why do I feel like a human furnace in December? You are not alone. It turns out, the answer lies in biology, hormones, and a little bit of psychological magic. Let's take a fun fact-filled journey through the science of body temperature regulation and find out why your hands feel like popsicles while your friend is sweating like a snowman in a sauna. What does it really mean to be warm-blooded? Humans are warm-blooded creatures, which might sound like a cozy compliment, but biologically speaking, it means something very specific. Being warm-blooded means our bodies can maintain a consistent internal temperature, no matter how chilly or hot it is outside. Unlike cold-blooded animals like reptiles or amphibians, who need the environment to help warm them up, we have got an internal heating system managed by our brain and powered by our metabolism. So no, if you're cold all the time, that does not mean you're secretly a lizard. It just means there's more going on inside your body that we need to unpack. Average body temperatures. It's not one size fits all. Most people think 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit is the standard body temperature, but it's really just an average. Body temps vary based on age, gender, health, and even the time of day. Humans average 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit, while cats and dogs run hotter at 100 and 102 degrees Fahrenheit. Dolphins are cooler at 95 degrees Fahrenheit, and lions blaze past 102 degrees Fahrenheit. Men usually run warmer than women due to more muscle mass. Younger folks tend to be warmer than older adults thanks to faster metabolisms. So really, body temperature isn't one size fits all, it's your mileage may vary. Why are women usually colder than men? If you're a woman reading this while wrapped in a hoodie and still shivering, here's your validation. Science backs you up. Women tend to feel colder than men because of multiple biological reasons. Firstly, hormones play a starring role. Estrogen, a dominant female hormone, causes blood vessels to be more sensitive to temperature. These vessels dilate more easily, leading to heat escaping from the skin faster, which explains why women often complain about icy toes, while their partners snore away comfortably. On top of that, muscle mass matters. Men typically have more muscle, and muscles generate heat as they contract even when you're just sitting there. They're helping to warm you up. Women usually have more subcutaneous fat, which acts as insulation but doesn't generate heat. So while fat helps retain core warmth, it doesn't do much for your freezing fingers and toes. Why your hands and feet feel like ice cubes? Ever touched your own hand in winter and thought, why am I part snowman? That's because of a process called vasoconstriction. When your body senses cold, it constricts the blood vessels in your extremities, like hands and feet, to redirect blood flow to your core where your vital organs live. It's your body saying, forget the fingers, save the lungs. This protective mechanism means that blood flow in those outer regions can slow to as little as 0.02 liters per minute. In warmer conditions, that flow might be more like 2 to 3 meters per minute. No wonder your fingers feel like frozen fish sticks in January. Body fat versus body heat. Who wins? You might assume that having more body fat would make you warmer, and you'd be mostly right. People with higher body mass index, BMI, often feel warmer because their core retains more heat. However, those same people may still experience cold extremities. Why? Because while the core organs are insulated, the limbs still rely on strong circulation, which fat doesn't directly help. In contrast, people with lower BMI tend to feel colder overall. With less insulation and possibly less muscle mass, their bodies don't produce or retain heat as efficiently. They are like sleek sports cars, great performance, but not built for harsh winters. How hormones hijack your thermostat. If your body temperature feels like it changes with your mood, you are not imagining things. Hormones play a significant role in temperature regulation, especially for women. According to research published in The Lancet, the hormone estrogen not only affects blood vessels, but also interacts with the hypothalamus, the part of your brain that acts as your internal thermostat. During a woman's menstrual cycle, body temperature can fluctuate by as much as 1.8 degrees Fahrenheit, depending on which phase of the cycle she's in. It might sound small, but in the world of core body temperatures, that's a big deal, almost like turning the thermostat from cozy to fiery furnace overnight. Does age make you colder? Here's a mystery solved for every grandchild who's ever been asked to fetch a blanket for grandma in July. Older people genuinely feel colder. As we age, our metabolism slows down, and we tend to lose both fat and muscle mass. This means our bodies don't generate or retain heat as well as they used to. On top of that, the sensitivity of our skin receptors declines, so our ability to detect temperature changes dulls. That's why your grandma is in a wool sweater while you're still recovering from heat stroke. Exercise, your inner furnace. Want warmer hands and feet? Get moving. Regular physical activity increases your body temperature because muscles generate heat during movement. Even moderate exercise like walking or light stretching helps keep the blood flowing and boosts your internal heat. People who are more active tend to have warmer extremities than those who live a sedentary lifestyle. So if your toes are freezing under your desk, maybe it's time to stretch or do a little desk exercise. No one's judging. Your feet will thank you. Why smokers often feel colder? If you're a smoker, you may have noticed you tend to feel colder than non-smokers. That's because nicotine causes vasoconstriction, which narrows blood vessels and limits blood flow to the skin and extremities. Less blood means less warmth, and boom, icy fingers. So not only is smoking bad for your lungs and heart, but it's also a major player in turning you into a human icicle. Yet another reason to quit and reclaim those toasty toes. How sleep affects your body temperature. Sleep plays a curious role in your body's internal heating system. Just before you fall asleep, your body naturally cools itself down. This drop in temperature helps you drift into dreamland more easily. Interestingly, women's temperatures tend to drop faster and more noticeably than men's, making them more prone to feeling chilly under the covers. So if you're waking up at 3 a.m. to put on socks, you're just riding the body's natural temperature roller coaster. Feeling cold or warm is also in your mind. Your emotional state plays a sneaky role in how hot or cold you feel. According to a Canadian study, people who feel lonely or socially isolated are more likely to perceive themselves as cold. On the flip side, people who are socially active and emotionally supported tend to report feeling warmer. This phenomenon is called social thermoregulation, the idea that human connection makes us feel both emotionally and physically warmer. So next time you're shivering, maybe a hug or a good chat is what you really need. Who knew friendship was nature's heating pad? The great thermostat war at home. Ah yes, the eternal battle of the thermostat. One person is bundled up like an Arctic explorer, while the other is fanning themselves with a magazine. Who's right? Technically both of you. Women's bodies are more likely to feel colder due to estrogen levels, fat distribution, and less muscle mass. Men, having more muscle and slightly higher metabolic rates, often feel warmer. So if your relationship is being tested by the thermostat, just know it's not personal. It's just thermoregulation. Invest in a heated blanket and declare peace, or at least set up a temperature treaty. Why you feel hot during the day and cold at night? Ever feel like your internal thermostat is pranking you? During the day, you might overheat while walking down the street, only to become a popsicle at night. That's because your circadian rhythm, your body's internal clock, controls fluctuations in your body temperature throughout the day. This daily rhythm means body temperature naturally peaks in the late afternoon and starts to drop in the evening, preparing you for sleep. So don't blame your mattress. Blame your internal clock for making you feel like a space heater at 2 p.m. and a snowman by midnight. If you learned something new about why you're always freezing or boiling, give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe for more fun, science-packed content just like this. Got cold feet or hot takes? Drop them in the comments, we'd love to hear your stories. And hey, stay warm out there or cool, if that's your vibe.